welcome back. We are back after our first semi-final. We'll be heading very shortly into semi-final two, which is Deag Wahid versus Creep Score Legends. And it's worth noting here, we've got a slight change from our Swiss games. Obviously, Deag Wahid did go 3-0, but they've got a new player playing in place of Yajul, who was probably the most interesting player in the games we saw, playing so aggressively, so interestingly, and using his position to advantage. He's been replaced with one of the people who got knocked out, Chicken God. What do you think of that initially, Reese?
I don't think we can call it a super sub. That's what I think. Um, I think I would hate to play against Yaju. I would hate to play against Yaju. And like you said, he's probably one of the most annoying players that you can play against. So will we see? Has Simply Square told Chicken God to do exactly what Yaju does and just swing and run around like a headless chicken that he is, or is Chicken God going to bring his own style to the game? I think it'd be very interesting. I think what we've seen from Deag Wahid, their composition of the team of Yagyu running around Simply Square holding it down on site. I don't know if we're going to see that. Now, have Creep Squad Legends been preparing to play against Yagyu and all the crazy things that he does, and all that's going to have to be thrown out the window? All the demos and watching hours of preparation that are put into this, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, definitely some big shoots to be filling for Chicken God. I am interested to see how he approaches this one and how the team approaches this one in general. There's a lot of interesting things he played out here. Obviously, Simply Square very notorious for his AWP, so that'll be interesting to see how he plays that out across this game too.
Yeah, and I am being told by the admins that Mist has been begging Simply Square not to use the AWP. What do you
If
make of that, Steph?
if these claims are true, it definitely doesn't look very good for Mist. Not very confident in his team to be able to pull it off against Simply Square. Definitely,
Confidence at an all-time low, I think you could say. Now coming into this, I wonder if Simply Square is gonna plead with Mist and not use the AWP, or is he just gonna destroy him and Mist be even lower than he already is?
yeah, I believe we will be seeing the map picks come in very shortly. Hopefully we do anyway. Any ideas, any suggestions you might be thinking for what maps you might want to see these two play on?
I'm gonna say I'd like to see a nuke, a vertigo, and a train.
That's a very bold pick. To be honest with you, I can bet my McFlurry on Loz and or Mist and Panobi picking Mirage if they have the opportunity to, if it's not banned. Because they've been picking that, they've been trying to get on there every single game. So
Yeah,
we'll have to see how that one comes out. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure what Simply Square Chicken God might pick.
yeah, I think it's very intriguing, and I do wonder that if Simply Square might not use the AWP, is Chicken going to use the AWP? Is that
That's
something
true.
we're gonna
That's
see?
true. Maybe we're seeing something new, something fresh to the table. Chicken God did perform okay in his team, which I believe was, I forget what his team now was it Anti Luke or Rushby? I can't remember.
So
Um,
many names.
so a lot of interesting names throughout. Um, but he was performing pretty good in the game we saw of him. So I wonder if he can pick that up, especially with his newfound teammate, and really take this to the grand final where they'll find Voxxi and Ethanol waiting for
For sure, for sure. And we do have our first pick bands coming through.
them.
Simply Square and Chicken God removing that Mirage. They don't want that. They've seen what Group Squad Legends have done on that previously. Like you said, if that had been left in there, you think you would have seen that as a pick. But they removed that immediately.
Inferno was our
Panobi and
second
Noz,
map ban.
answer that back with a removing Inferno. Get that out of here.
Following that, we've had our first map pick from Chicken God and Simply Square, Deagle Heed, picking Vertigo. Maybe listening to our stream and giving what you want, Reese. If
Yeah.
they if the next pick is a train or a nuke, then maybe if there's some collusion going on here, maybe you've been whispering their ear for exactly what you want.
It's not what I want, Stefan. It's what the viewers want. It's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to see it. No one wants to see these boring maps. Everyone wants to see these crazy maps. And I don't know if it's going to benefit Panobi and Mist, if I'm being honest.
I don't know if Panobi and Mist are ready for that Vertigo pick. They've sort of been dumbfounded, haven't responded to it.
Yeah, taking some time. Looks like they're having to quickly look at the map on Google. So they're not actually sure what the map is. That's what I'm hearing in my ear. Is they're not actually sure what it is. And the Dust 2 pick comes through from Panobi.
Okay, okay.
A little bit upset that the nuke train doesn't make it through. A little bit upset
Yeah.
there.
But we'll see two more bands. We might see another one of those picks get in here. But yeah, Dust 2. We've seen that a couple of times. The interesting thing to know as well about Vertigo pick is that we have seen Simply Square and his teammate before, Yadril. They went toe to toe with Voxxi and Ethanol, our grand finalists, and they beat them on Vertigo. So they obviously know what they're doing on Vertigo. It's not something new to them. There's definitely some strategy behind this Vertigo pick, and especially against Panobi and Mist, who arguably might not even know anything about that map. The next band coming in is Train and Nuke. We've taken out Train and Nuke, and they've just shattered Reese's heart. They've shattered all the viewers at home's hearts. They didn't care for what we wanted. And our final pick is Overpass. Looks like we got
I hope
graphic.
Simply Square used the AWP.
Believe our graphic is slightly incorrect. Dust 2 is the second map that was picked. Yeah, there you go. That's looking better. So yeah, so we're gonna be starting on Vertigo, heading to Dust 2 in our second game, and if we make it to a third game, we'll be heading to Overpass. Overpass again being our third map. It'd be interesting to see if we actually manage to get to that.
Do you think we're going to get to the third map, Stefan? What are your predictions? What's the overall predictions here? Is it a 2-0? Is it a 2-1?
If Chicken God is half as effective as Yagel was on this Vertigo map, I can't see Panobi and Mist doing much. I can't see them getting more than 10 rounds realistically. But when we see on their map pick on Dust 2, I think maybe we could see a little upset. Maybe we'll get to a third map. Maybe Loz and Mist, Creep Score Legends, I should say, have something up their sleeves which will take them and take them to the third map. I'm ready for that. I'm prepared. I want to see that happen. What do you think?
It's a 2-0. I'm just going to call
So
it here.
Creep
It's
Score
a
Legends,
2-0.
right?
I'd love to say Creep Squad Legends, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it to myself. I've been so on with my predictions as of yet, and
So
yeah,
far, both our predictions were correct. 16-10, 16-8. We both predicted correctly both those games. So it's up to you now. It's your turn to take the reins. And if you get this wrong, you're letting the whole squad down. So what's the prediction for this game coming in? It looks like Mist and Poe, are they going for that bold pick? Are they choosing CT? They have choice side here.
if they're starting CT side, I'm gonna say it's a 16-2. Simply scratching God. 16-2, 16-3.
That is bold. That is bold.
Bold or smart?
They are
That's
starting CT. That's been confirmed by the admin. Blizz, Creep's Got Legends, after that travesty in the round 4 where they chose to start CT and they lost 14-1 in that first half, they've done it again. They've gone for that CT pick.
maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe they've got some hidden strategies that they've been preparing all night. But
Maybe
I've got to go with the 16-2, 16.
my
I'm
theory
sorry.
is that they don't know this map and they don't want to waste the rounds where they're trying to figure out the map on T side. They want to make sure they waste those rounds. They might not win on the CT side. Bring it to T side. They know what's going on. They win the round.
And we are into our second semi-final of the day, and looks like they've got a bit of a knife route going through. Not too sure what's here. Looks like Miss is in a bit of trouble here. Shingod running at him with a knife. Not too sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a knife round.
A gentleman's agreement to go for this knife round. They're both one right click away from death, so whoever can click first wins the game.
But Miss does have to go for a defuse.
He hasn't got a
Going
kit
for that
though,
10-second ninja. Simply Square
he's in
spots him
trouble.
out. Going for the hold. 8 seconds left.
Oh,
Simply Square just cheesing him. Not able to get that defuse in, and that was a close one. Getting that defuse.
Loz and Mist and Panobi probably regretting that because if they are doing that knife round very favourable to the T side, they can just mess with them. Deagle's been pulled out by Simply Square and Chicken God. Ooh! A Nice shot from Panobi here on Group Score Legends, leaving Chicken God in a 1v2 situation. He's been spotted now. He doesn't quite know where to look. Right? Find a shot away. Damage done. Through the smoke, takes another shot. He misses on this bomb, but he can't. And they're just firing shots through the smoke. I think maybe Chicken God thought that he got the diffuser in the smoke, but Mist is always there, just sitting there, diffusing it away.
All tied up. I've got Simply Square with a flash. He's going to flash middle, but if he's not quick, there's going to be a player in front of him.
Leave the 1v2 situation. Spotted out again. What can he do? Panobi finishing the work that his teammate started. Another round. This is for 2 rounds. Reese, they've got the 2 rounds.
Yeah, I meant 16-3 in the favour of Panobi and Mist. That's what I meant.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they do know something we don't. They've started off really strong here. Simply Squared been taken down twice for free. Let's see what we can do here. He's playing a bit more careful. They're playing a bit together now. Oh! Chicken God just jumping, spinning around, hitting those ridiculous headshots. I hope we call that on stream. That was some of the most absurd shit I've ever seen. The instant reactions, just to jump and just flick like he's playing COD or something, and he just takes him out.
And it looks like Simply Square has brought out the AWP. So as much as this was begging, it doesn't matter. There's the first shot, and I think Davis hasn't even moved. He's realised the AWP is brought out. The chat. Simply Square, with the disrespect, the agreement has gone out of the window.
So not only has Mist embarrassed himself on stream, he didn't even get what he wanted either. Simply Square's pulling out again. He just wants to kill.
He wants to get ahead of it. He doesn't even care about the round. And Google missed there onto Panobi.
Simply Square's going for some crazy stuff right now.
Gets a kill onto the first, and lovely shot onto the second. Around. I think that's got to be tilted the CTs. Maybe that's why Simply Square's bringing it out.
He's just jumping around on the side, just going a bit ridiculous, and he just got both those kills.
And Mrs. Put in chat, I can't believe you're doing this. He's definitely tilted right now. And it's all left to him. Yeah! Oh! Shot there!
Oh my goodness!
Through the edge of the wooden board on top of the staircase to remove his head. Simply Square is not messing about today. Again, bringing out the up. He's getting up every round at this rate.
How is this happening? The game is like, yeah, for that, for what he said. Chicken got pushed picking up the first one, also finding the second one there. Missed, not really expecting him to come back through the smoke. Takes him out. 16-2. Could still be on the cards here. If it keeps going this way. CT spawn together here. Power popped out. Panobi hitting both of those shots on those pushing terrorists, and he gets to win, eliminating your 16-3 from both perspectives. It's not possible anymore.
I said 16-3.
16-3 or 16-2?
16-2. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on that one. But these T's are not going to be playing as aggressive this time. Chicken God Kenobi doesn't manage to get the kill that time round. Chicken God being more favourable. Missed very close to that Molotov just at the wrong second. Got a lot to do right now, Mist. What can he do? He needs to find that frag. He needs to get out on the just being cool at the wrong time. Nice peek from Chicken God.
Round there by his teammate. The only way he's able to be removed from that round. Now this is interesting. The CTs again separated. Simply Square's playing in position so very often.
Now 1v1 for these two rivals, Mist and Simply Square. No AWP on Simply Square this time round. Let's see if he can find this. Does spot him out. Does a bit of damage to him. Little light work.
Simply Square just playing with him. Playing with his prey. It's not knowing what to do. Going for the DPs while reloading. I think he knew that round was up, and Simply Square takes a job of freedom.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Just Simply Square was able to evade those bullets coming his way, and Loz was left without anything left to do.
Just going very quickly through the smoke.
Exactly.
Swap pieces.
Chico would have heard him running. I think he was running through the smoke too, so it's weird that neither of them sort of expected each other to be where they were. Doesn't matter though, Chicken God will take that.
It does look that Chicken God is slightly doing what Yajia was doing in the Swiss stage, just playing a bit more aggressive. Lovely pop flash there from Simply Square to get the info that no one was there, Miss able to dodge it. So I wonder if Simply Square is going to be caught out there. But lovely snap onto the head of Miss, just removes him. I thought that was a guaranteed kill there. I thought Simply Square was dead, but curse is curse. Simply Square snaps to the
Very
head.
nice shot. Didn't think he'd expect him to be there because he flashed it earlier. The confidence through in this T-sided team now. They're just finding frags everywhere. They're pushing everything. Like you say, Chicken God looks like he's trying to emulate a bit of what Yaju was doing when he was on Simply Square's team. Been a bit of coaching done there. It's a nice nade of start this round with 25 damage to Panobi. Not what you want to see. But Simply Square seems to have left this position, which might let Poe walk out for free. He's a bit wary of this. Missed. Spotted out Simply Square. Miss has walked out now. Oh, yes, a very nice headshot, Simply Square, putting him in the dirt.
And now my stick. Unfortunately. Unless that round doesn't count, I'm pretty sure that knife round doesn't count, right? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now the sides do swap. So if you, like you were saying, if Panobi and Miss need that time to learn and adjust the map, I hope they've done enough of it.
Yeah, let's see how this starts. I think it's all going to stem from this pistol round. The T's will definitely want to start getting this ball rolling. They don't want to let them get any more closer to that match point. God, it's so advanced. You get a lovely shot on this there. 1v1 situation for Panobi. He's spotted out Simply Square. He's having none of it. A nice headshot. Finishing off this pistol round. And we're seeing a little bit of BM, a little cheeky teabag. Secondary teabag.
On his teammate as well. Making sure Chicken God okay on the site.
You'd love to see it. We do encourage it. We haven't seen too much of it this tournament so far. It'd be lovely to see as much as possible going into this grand final shortly. 12-4 for the CTs here.
The T's doing exactly what they did the previous round, pushing ramp, getting that ramp control, playing it after plan of the bomb. Now, pretty much no utility except for that one flash from Panobi, so it's all going to be down to the aim duels, the Deagles on Miss and Chicken God.
Probably in a really good position. They probably should just try and play their
lovely shot there from Chicken God. And the defuse is going to come in, and I wonder if Chicken is going to remove Simply Square from the map. No, he does it himself, and Chicken God not able to make the jump first time. Manages to stay alive.
Yeah, I think they sort of were playing a bit too aggressive there. They had the bomb planted for them really, really nicely, but they really wanted to get that first kill, and if they couldn't find it, they were in trouble. So a really interesting thing is that CT's just reverse positions. Simply Square was in mid, and now he's gone down. Oh my god, that's a nice shot from Simply Square after Panobi. He's got the B-Tech orb, puts a lovely headshot out, but he gets eliminated, and then Chicken God finishes the job off for him.
Yeah, and I think that angry face represents the T's there. Very angry. Panobi just gets removed. What a lovely shot there hit by Simply Square, and Chicken God able to win the round. That nice little flank. think we can see why Miss was begging Simply Square not to use the AWP or scoped weapons from that scout shot.
Yeah, a really, really lovely shot. Both teams are looking quite aggressive here. This setup from the really interesting. They don't even get the trader. They had to commit to either both sit in that corner or both wide swing, and took them a bit too long to make a decision. He's gonna come in.
Just in time for King God to be removed.
15-4. This is game point map number 1. This was Simply Square and Chicken God's map pick, so we sort of expect him to win this, but maybe not so dominantly. 16-4 could be on the cards here. He's playing so good. Chicken God finds one, gets taken out by the trade by Panobi. Doesn't get any damage for it.
Simply Square does have the AWP power in hand. Leg shot through the corner of the box. That would definitely be scaring Panobi here. Now is Simply Square just going to stick this? Panobi flashes himself and missed shot from Simply Square and just decides to stick the defuse there. Maybe a bit of a misplay there from Simply Square.
Not something you see very regular from them, but alas, we go into this next round, 15-5. Panobi, hella aggressive, does so much damage. Is unable to kill. Missed with the trade, does find Simply Square. Now, both one shot away from death. Who will prevail?
And some body shooting coming in from Mist, making sure that both bodies are definitely dead.
15-6 now, still game point. Are we going to see a choke from Simply Square and Chicken God? Missed. Oh, just watching over angle, just fell short a little bit.
They're assuming the angle was clear, but Panobi goes back to check it, and rightly so. Chicken God was there for the cheeky lurk, and all up to Simply Square. Now, we'll see him do some impressive stuff before, but is he going to be able to clutch this 1v2 situation? First kill presents himself in the hand and miss, and it'll fall up to Panobi here with the AWP. Panobi going for the unnecessary peek actually, but lovely shot as Simply Square is trying to close the distance to that AWP and able to grab them another round, 15-7.
Like I say, being very overly ambitious with those peaks. He didn't need to risk that, but maybe he knew Simply Square was going to play aggressive before he got in that position. On 2v2. Simply Square making a lot of noise. Both the T's will hear that. How are they going to respond to it? They should both know exactly where he is here. Mist going for a little flank. His team is behind him, giving it away. Frag, and look at this. That's a spray, a little chicken spray. A little shoot to the body.
And to finalize it off the drop of the teabag. Oh, Panobi bringing out the AWP. He's going to find something here and Chicken God pretty quickly here. Simply Square is behind him, and it looks like they're just trying to realise. Takes the first one, and again, it's Simply Square.
How many times are we going to see Panobi win this 1v1 against Simply Square? Is he getting into his head?
We might see it, like you say, are we going to see a big choke? The CTs only need one round. We only need
5
one round.
rounds in a row from the T's here. He's been full team placed by his teammate, Chicken God. Smoked out, missed, taken out Simply Square. He's been down from the smoke. Missed finds 2.
Somehow able to find 2 and maybe bringing out the AWP. We've seen him be so successful with this AWP on the T side. Wonder where he's going to position himself to try and find one of these early peaks. Unfortunately, no one's going to be Ram. It's just all going to be up.
Still can get set up in this long range position. If he does, oh, that's a lovely shot. He misses the second one. Firing away in the background, manages to find him eventually. That's a really nice flick shot to start that round off from Panobi to eliminate Simply Square from this round. Is this choke coming in? I mean, 7 rounds in a row is a lot to lose consecutively. Are they just keeping this close for us?
Yeah, it does look like Chicken God's going to the wrong site again. I wonder when he's going to realise that it's not actually A site and it's towards B. It's like he's just realised.
Making Simply Square wait for him. Taking his sweet time. It's going to fall apart for them. It looks like it finally has. Their time was coming. Square
Wants that
eliminating
defuse.
Chicken God, winning this game. That's the first map. A lot closer than we first thought it might be. I certainly wasn't expecting something nearly as close as that one. I mean, we were calling 16-2, 16-3, but look at that, 11 rounds for them on their non-map pick. We were suggesting they hadn't even touched this map before, but there we go. Incredible, it seems. Next map will be Dust 2, something a bit more favourable for Creep Score Legends. And yeah, what do you think
Yeah,
of that?
I
How's it
think
going to go?
like we were saying before, I think no one really knew how much preparation the Group Score Legends had done on Vertigo, but it looks like they maybe had done enough. Maybe if they took a risk, started on the CT side, and it almost paid off. Almost gone for that big comeback towards the end. Take it. Would have to force the overtime. We've seen some wonderful things in the overtime before, but nevertheless, I do think Group Score Legends did perform well. I think they performed probably above what we expected. I also think that on the side of Simply Square and Chicken God, that Chicken God was trying to do a bit more of how Yagel played, trying to do some of these crazy things, pushing smokes, trying to catch his opponents off guard while leaving Simply Square just to hold it down on site. So definitely going to be interesting going on to Dust 2. Bit more relying on the Angels, not necessarily the map knowledge, because both these teams probably know enough about Dust.
Yeah, Dust 2, obviously one of CSGO's most notoriously famous maps. Everyone knows Dust 2, even if you don't play Counter-Strike. Um, so we shouldn't be seeing anything particularly special from these two. I'd expect both these teams to know very, very well. But it is the pick from Mist and Panobi. And Deag Wahid actually will get a choice of side here. I'm not sure which side they're going for. We've got 3 players on CT. It looks like they've chosen CT,
Yeah, maybe
which
trying to call that gamble again, going for that CT side.
I mean, Deag Wahid were the ones who were doing this from the beginning. They were the team that seemed to have started this trend, picking that CT side at the start, getting that chance to bring it back in the second half, getting the heads of the opposing team. Looks like they are going to continue that this game on Dust 2.
Yeah, and I wonder if Simply Square is going to continue using the York. Has been asked by his opponents not to use it because they know how good he is with that gun in his hand. But ignored them last map. With already a map in hand, I wonder if he's going to continue using it. Are we going to see any more BM? We're going to see a cheat. Oh, do you reckon we're going to see a knife kill here, Stefan?
I hope so. We can only hope. We haven't seen a knife kill since like game 2, I don't think. It's been a while since we've seen our last knife kill, an actual knife kill, not the ones in the knife round like we just saw
Yeah,
last game.
this is true.
Um,
If that weird gentleman's agreement, I wonder if we're going to see that again. Does look like we have the R's coming through in chat, so we should be getting this game underway very shortly. 7 before it starts, what's your score prediction?
well, 16-11 was a lot closer than we thought. Missed their map pick, so you know what? It's time to go bold. 16-14 in the favor of Creep Score Legends. We're about to see
Oh,
something incredible. We're going to see a
I
third
like
map
it.
here.
Here we go, the second map of the second semi-final. Simply Square spots out both the terrorists here. Go for that flank spot. Kanobi ready for it. Landed all the body shots. Looks like Mist going to be able to finish him off. All left the Simply Square to clutch it up. Kanobi left with 16 HP. Creeping out towards the door, going for those cheeky jiggle peeks. This is there for the trade. First round. Favor of the terrorists. Maybe a
Missed
bit unexpected.
finding both of those kills in this first round. Maybe it's a case of Mist getting his confidence up against Simply Square. If he's feeling it, he's got a good reason to get in his head. If he can keep killing him, Simply Square might get tilted. They're hunting Chicken God outside. They've done it again. Maybe it's a 1v1. Oh, 1v2,
Lovely
sorry.
shot there from Mist onto Simply Square. Lovely thick flick there with the P250.
We're 2 rounds in and Mist's on 4 kills.
He's not messing about. Maybe he's a Dust 2 player.
Oh, it's a nice flash. He's going to find Simply Square on short, despite that early flash. 1v2 situation. Poe taking it out. The CTs aren't getting a chance. They haven't got a single kill this game.
Playing so aggressive, taking the swings. They do not care. They are taking every single swing here. And looks like we could see another swing. Miss throws a flash over the board. Spots out Chicken and able to get the first.
Oh! Double
Brought down
dink
to
from
7
Simply Square.
HP.
If Pony just stopped taking this fight, he doesn't realise. Oh! Taking down both players on 16 HP collectively.
4-0. Favour of Finopia Miss. I don't think we've ever saw that come there.
No, still not seeing the kill come out from the CT for after 4 rounds. And then this is absurd. The scenes we're seeing right now. Chicken Guard biding his time, ways he might dip out of this smoke. He's going to give his position away by flashing though. He's got it there. Now, Polish needs to be aware. That's their first kill for the CTs. Missed in a 1v1 situation. What can he do? Missed picking up both kills, winning the round for them. That's 5-0 for the T side.
Miss is 8-0. He hasn't died yet, Stefan. He has got 8 kills in 5 rounds and has not died.
Someone come round his house and gone.
Has he toggled? Who's playing this computer? We need answers. Now, is he going to take this duel with Chicken God here? Throws flash CT. I wonder if Chicken God hasn't been spotted out yet. Looks like this could be his first death. Chicken God creeping towards the site. This finally spots him out.
Situation. He's so aggressive, he's so confident right now. You can see it flowing in his veins. When he peeks up though, is he ready for Simply Square?
13 HP, Simply Square creeping to the site. Simply Square. Is he going to have time for a defuse? I don't think he does.
It's lovely. It's really nice from Mist. I mean, I was really ready for him to wide swing that, but because he takes a bit longer, Simply Square edges to the site a bit slower than he might have if he killed him early. He doesn't have enough time to defuse. Mist beautifully, but is this the difference maker? Bjork comes out, eliminates Mist early on this round, and now it's down to Nobi. Finds the first one. Simply Square takes the first shot, but you can't give him a second chance.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot there from Nobi onto Chicken God, but just kind of messed up his spray on Simply Square. Simply Square should have been dead after missing that first shot. But that is that is the first round for the counter-terrorists. I don't think anyone expected this performance from Panobia Mist, and especially Mist 9-2 currently.
Yeah, throughout this talk we've seen Panobi being the main difference maker across this. There's something different in this game. He finds the first one. Is he going to expect the second one right behind him? He doesn't. He turns around. He did have half a second there to kill him.
And a teabag coming in for good measure onto the Mist body from Simply Square. We love to see it.
For a small moment there, it did look like Mist could have turned around and headshot him to finish off that kill on Simply Square 2, but it wasn't to be. 2 rounds in a row now for the CTs. Nobi will put out the work right now. It's that first shot. He's playing aggressively. He does find it. Mist versus Chicken God.
Flash over the top. Mist ducking down. Chicken God still on Mist in weird position. Tantalisingly close here with the bullet skimming his head. Splits him out going into window. Chicken God picking out the AWP here. Could come back to bite him, and it definitely does. Mist again. What has happened to this man?
Mist played that really nicely. He didn't have to reveal himself, and he just didn't. He just stayed behind that box, make him make the decision. Chicken God didn't know what to do. He eventually went up to window, but he was taken out before he even got on the site. Nicely played from Mist. This new round.
This has turned into Zipex.
Oh, he's just messed up supposed to find it eventually. He's run out of bullets. Simply Square manages to find the kill with Panobi. Retrades him really quickly. 8-2. 8-2. Let me just reiterate that. Creep Score Legends are beating our 3-0 superstars 8-2 at the start of this half.
Really aggressive hit. Gets the first pick. All again left the Simply Square. And this is perfect. I know he missed the first shot. Now it's been up to Mist it. Is he going to be able to take out Simply Square? We see it. Bit of a wild spray. He's playing with it, and that finally that wide swing removed him from the round.
I'm not sure if Simply Square was aware of his position before he peeked there. I don't know if I didn't see something earlier, but it might be interesting if Loz just stayed in deep there and didn't peek. But the new round starts. Mist has spotted out Simply Square at the start of this round. He manages to finish off that kill right at the start, eliminating arguably the best player on the server, Simply Square. That aggressiveness. One situation for no reason. Chicken God managed to find both kills, winning this round for them. Maybe it Mist getting a bit too big for his boots there. Unnecessary peek from him.
Yeah, maybe the confidence just getting a little bit too much. But I just want to say, he misses on 13 kills currently. The next closest is Simply Square at 7. Who is playing on this man's computer?
Whoever it is, they're pretty damn good. They are playing exceptionally well right now. And not only is he just hitting nice shots, he's playing smart, efficient Counter-Strike. Missed guns. He's creating a nice shot from long. Find this too early. He does. He's in the 1v2. Simply Square does manage to find Mist eventually on shot. A second nice headshot from him this round. Simply Square get himself back into the groove this game. He needs to start getting some more kills if he wants to get any chance of finishing this game off in 2 maps.
Yeah, sure, the counter-terrorists starting to bring it back in the last 3 rounds, all going towards them. Simply Square have a nice little flash there. But Simply Square pushing towards A site. Stefan, what is going on with these players pushing towards the wrong site?
Maybe doing it on purpose to throw off the timing of the tees. Or maybe I'm giving too much. He's walked out and they've taken another round. 9 rounds now for this T side. If they can get 10 rounds, T side, they're looking very, very poised to potentially take this map. No one would have expected this performance from Mist. He's on 15 kills and 7 deaths. Can he keep this up? He's about to have a lot on his hands here. They're both coming from short. What can Mist and Nobody do? Watching the short pusher. He must have heard it by now. Mist might get first kill on Chicken God. They're both going to peek it. Nobody gets the kill on Simply Square. 10-5 for the counter-terrorists to go, or for the terrorists to go into the CT half.
I don't think anyone expected that scoreline and that performance from CSGO Legends. What gamers?
True gamers.
True gamers. But they are now on the more difficult side of the CT. And are they going to be able to retake this A site? Are they going to get this first pistol round? Panobi ripped Chicken God's head off. All left to Simply Square here, playing around the boxes with the Glock. And it is up to Mist, who Simply Square says, yeah, you might have had that first half, but now it's my half.
A double headshot from Simply Square. You love to see it. That first shot from Panobi was really nice too, but when it comes to Simply Square on that bomb site, it was very difficult to get past it. A little bit of tagging done on Simply Square there as he runs. Maybe fine on site. And the body shots firing away. Mist kills Simply Square again. I'd love to see the stats and how many times Mist has killed Simply Square this game. It just seems like those two keep getting into fights every single round. And Mist has been coming out quite favourable quite a few times.
Sure, I think we've found this map. I think this is a Dust 2 gamer. Nice flash coming over the top from Simply Square. Fails the jumps. It is unfortunately not able to go to that early peak. But lovely setup here from Chicken God and Simply Square. And all left the man with the lens. Not able to get anything done there, Steph.
Yeah, Chicken God holding that down from the back of bomb site B. I mean, Simply Square was sort of jumping around like a little lunatic, not really doing much to support his teammate. But Chicken God didn't need the support. Just firing away at those guys trying to run through a window. This is quite curious for CT's sneaking up through CT spawn. This is very unorthodox. The thing is though, this is quite a hard position to pick from. They're being spotted out. CSGO Legends trying something fresh, but it hasn't worked out for him so far. Missed it all now. Finds the first one. He's firing away at Simply Square down to 8 HP. He's running out of time though. Simply Square
Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
no
God,
time left
too
on
much
the clock here,
damage.
unfortunately. And he's not even able to get the kill.
That was a lot closer than it had to be there, though. Simply Square probably should have just took that fight and finished him off. He tried to run his back turn to him. As you've seen, what I've just seen that AWP. Chicken God got the AWP pickup, and he's just thrown it straight to Simply Square. I want to get him on this AWP. Get in the mind games of Mist. Try and this flow. It's a nice shot. Good start.
There's the first pickup with that AWP. Now Mist is good position. Simply Square with the AWP in hand. Mist has heard that AWP, bring it out. Right, tries to flash out. Simply Square not falling for the bait. Just to give him some light jiggle peeks. Now spotted out. Missed the first shot. Mist trying to close out that distance on the bomb site. Square legs it through the box. Tries to jump down. And Mist doesn't have time for these things. Lovely movement there from Simply Square.
Yeah, it was really nice. He just didn't give Loz or Mist, sorry, a chance to actually get on that bomb. He just Mist knew exactly where he was, but he just didn't get a chance to find him until right at the very end. Chicken God. He turns around the wrong time. Panobi finished him off. Gunfight fires back and forth at each other. Simply Square took too long to finish off his food, and it was long enough for Panobi to walk in behind him and kill him. Definitely,
A bit of whips all over the place there.
yeah, not what we're accustomed to with players of Simply Square's caliber. Here
Now
we go.
Chicken God with the AWP hasn't decided to drop it to Simply Square, but Mist looks like he's walked into the gap here. Chicken God missed the first shot. Oh, maybe it's interesting smoke there. Remove Chicken God from the equation.
Oh, tags away at. He's trying to hide behind the last man on the bomb site. Chicken God. He finds that first kill. He's down to low HP. The time is going down. He needs to get on the bomb. I think he's going to be okay though. Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting smoke actually. I don't know if it was intentional by the CT, because the CT threw it over from window. They off that tunnel peak for the teams, and it allowed them to sort of work it and just get bomb site without worrying about that AWP. So very nice for them. 13-9.
And Chicken God has got the AWP out again. Decided not to give it to Simply Square. Simply Square rather using the AK. Now is he going to hit this first shot, or are the CTs just going to walk into their death?
Simply Square. Chicken God to get the second one. 13. Slowly bring this one back.
What was your prediction? A 16-10 in favour of Panobi and Mist?
16-14 to CSGO Legends. So it's very much on the cards here.
Nice flash there. Simply Square go for that peak. Finally able to kill Mist there. Just goes for the swing. Simply Square doesn't even care.
Simply Square doesn't even care. That is...
It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Yes, certainly has.
Simply Square brings the AWP out now.
Oh.
Nice angle there.
Quite a nice angle. I don't know how it didn't hit, to be honest. It looked like it was dead on there. He's gone for that peak. He's shooting.
Maybe you should stick to the AK.
Maybe don't do sniper, man. Smoke a whole lot of time. Simply Square finding the double. Only had 3 HP left on him. If that smoke was up for just a second or two longer, that round could have been a completely different one there.
Yeah, we've got some trash talk coming in the chat. Mist not too happy with that last round. And it's getting pretty close now. 12 to 13, lovely flash coming over. And Simply Square goes for that swing again, but Panobi's there, ready for the trade. Here. And Panobi is there with the headshot.
That's huge. Although he didn't really back his teammate up as Simply Square pushed out, I think he was a bit flash for half a second. He managed to trade out Simply Square and then just run out, balls to the wall, 1v1, takes that fight with Chicken God and wins, and now they're on 14. They need one more round to get themselves onto a game point. He just doesn't care, does he? Simply Square doesn't care, mate. He peeks out, gets that first kill, he gets squared out, missed, tap away here, trying to get that headshot. close to getting it, but it was a very difficult round for him to win that position, especially if Chicken Gold just standing above him on shorts.
Sure, now onto the B site with the CTs coming from their spawn. Will Simply Square go for another peek? Just like that, both the teams just peeking it. Go for the swing and Simply Square remove both of them. All tied up, 15-14. Could your prediction come through?
On 24 kills this game, he's actually overtaken Mist. Mist has really slowed down this half, unfortunately. He might need to pick it back up. He wants to take this game into map 3.
Oh, and both the CTs now coming from the T position, and look at Chicken Gold creeping behind the smokes. Are they going to be ready for that? So close to their face. Doesn't look like it, and he gets the first kill. Mist falls back, spraying frantically through the smoke. What is going on here?
Oh, Mist has got it all to do. He's right now, Simply Square finds the kill. My prediction falls apart, but alas, you might see an overtime. They've got it's all riding on them. This is game and match points here for Deag Wahid, Simply Square and Chicken God. Are they going to play this aggressiveness? Is Simply Square just going to run out? Doesn't go for it. Goes for the Molotov.
Molotovs all over the map at the moment.
Chicken God actually got down to 10 HP at the start of this round. I'm not quite sure when that happened, but what can he do? Run. Yes, quite out. Last person, 10 HP, gets taken out, and boys, we're going to overtime. We are going to
overtime.
Map 2 of our second semi-final, Deag Wahid versus CSGO Legends, and we're going to overtime on DOS 2. Mist saying, can we forfeit in chat? Absolutely not. We're going to be seeing multiple overtimes. I hope we see multiple overtimes.
And look at this. Both the CTs coming from the long position. Is Simply Square going to be ready for this? Looks like he is. Gets the first, all left to miss in Simply Square. The right decision, running away, grouping up with his teammate. All on the hands of this. And we've seen how good he has been on the T side. Can he continue this form on the CT side in this overtime, Seth?
Oh, it's a lovely nade from this. Huge damage. Ah, they just isn't able to hit those last shots. That was an incredible nade. Over 100 damage with that.
That's a lovely nade, but beautiful play there from the T's. Both swinging perfectly. Not giving Mist any 1v1 opportunities here. Lovely one deep there. All left up to Simply Square here. Gets the first kill. Jiggling around this box. Brings Pro down. And lovely shot. The movement that Simply Square possesses, all the jiggle peaks, just to gain all these little bits of information. Just incredible to watch.
He's got the keyboard letters A and B ingrained in his head. He knows exactly how to utilize them to get advantage over them. Doesn't manage to actually get the kills. He's just going tap, tap, tap. Simply Square, unbelievable plays here. He's turned it on to another level, really stepping up the gears. Incredible play. On 31 kills now this game, 18.
It's the 31 as well.
One
all
more
three rounds going in favour of Chicken God to Simply Square. One round needed. Can Panobi and Mist hold out?
Game and match points. The winner of this goes to the grand final. What can they do? Mist going down early, that's not a good sign. Simply Square coming from behind, finishes off this game cleanly. That is going to be 19-15, and that is the end of our semi-final. We have our two grand finalists for you now, and they were two pretty decent games. Both games very, very close. Definitely not what we expected in the slightest, to be honest with you. So you'd love to see it.
For sure, you love to see it. Congratulations, Simply Square and Chicken God, our second grand finalists. But Stefan, commiserations to CSGO Legends. What a performance on Dust 2 we just had.
Performance from such an underdog, and to do so well against the tournament favourites. No one could have predicted that. 19-15, very, very well performed. Unfortunate they go out, but definitely their best performance of the tournament so far. Really pulling off some clutch moments, especially Mist. Really stepping up in the last game there. But yeah, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to them and say hello to this new grand final um, coming at you in a 5-minute break, I believe.